Hey guys, welcome. Just give a few moments for a few more people to join. Once you join, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section saying, hey, let me know where you're from, how you found out about the live, and then we'll go ahead and get started for tonight's live session. So I'll wait about 5 more minutes, let people get the notifications and get settled, and then we'll jump right in. I kind of need my phone charger, but not really because I won't be on this phone tonight, but still, I have this thing about dying phones. So we'll just wait a few more minutes, let a few more people join. Go ahead and leave a comment, say hey when you're on, let me know where you're from, and where you heard about my live from. Like, did you see it on Instagram? Did you see it on Facebook? Did YouTube send you a notification? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. And let me know, is my audio okay? Can you guys hear me? Just make sure we're all good to go. And welcome. Thank you for joining me. This is my second live video with you guys. And it's really going to be like kind of like a every Thursday thing. So my uploading schedule will be every Tuesday will be a tutorial, and every Thursday will be a live where we just kind of chit chat and, you know, talk about projects or whatever you guys want to talk about. There are a few things I do want to talk about with you guys today. So how's everyone doing? It's Thursday, tomorrow it's Friday. I know the weekend is a great time for us crafters. We live for the weekend. So much to do on the weekend. So much to do. Run your errands, get your craft on. Oh, and Jamila? Because my name's Jamila. Or do you pronounce yours Jamila? How do you pronounce yours? But I'm Jamila. So nice to meet you. And I'm so excited you're about to purchase your cinch. I really can't wait to see what you make. So whatever you make sure you tag me on Instagram or find me on Facebook. Alright guys, so we'll go ahead and get started. So today I wanted to talk about a few things. Like, let's talk about the Cricut and their new product that they're coming out with, the infusible ink. What do you guys think about that? I was kind of looking at it. And I see like I saw like a few videos, but I still have a few questions about it myself. But from what I gathered, the Cricut infusible ink is gonna be like some special transfer sheets. So basically it's like you purchase a transfer sheet, and this is just what I gathered. So if anybody knows anything else, correct me if I'm wrong. So you would purchase a transfer sheet, right? Kind of like the HTV that we purchased, and whatever design or color that they have, and then you'll make your design, right? And then you'll cut it out like you normally would, and you'll press it on your shirt. But instead of it having being able to feel, like, this is vinyl, right? So you know how when you touch vinyl you can feel vinyl. With their infusible ink, I guess it's similar to sublimation because it'll be infused into the shirt, which is why they say it's not going to be cracking, peeling, or flaking anymore. But you have to use some special blanks. They're compatible blanks, and then you need they're either, if you have an easy press, you would need to get the second version of the easy press that they came out with not too long ago, or you would need like a real heat press, because I believe you need to be able to get your temperatures to at least like 400 degrees. So that's from the research I gathered about the Cricut infusible ink. They also have the markers where I guess you can just draw your design on your fabric or whatever. But what do y'all think about that? Is that something you guys be purchasing? It is supposed to be available in stores on the 21st, which is like next week. So I'm just real curious. Like, I really want to see some more projects with it. Really curious to see what people make, and I'm really curious about the price point, because you know Cricut items could be expensive. So that was just one thing. And then Caesar is coming out with a new product called Caesar Easy Sub or whatever. So I was kind of looking at that last night because I just saw the picture on Instagram. So I was kind of looking at that last night, and it's like a heat transfer vinyl that is receptive to sublimation ink. So I'm wondering, so to me it sounds like it's some vinyl you run through their special printer, you know, like the Sawgrass or whatever. You run it through their printer, you print your design, and then you press it on the shirt. And I guess what's supposed to be so big about this is that you do polyester and cotton, but I know before you can't sub on cotton, so I guess that's the big deal. I don't have any like sublimation equipment, but that is something that I do want to get into, but I'm still researching because, you know, anytime before I buy anything, I watch all kinds of YouTube videos, read all kinds of reviews, because before I invest any money in anything, well, I'll be honest, before I invest my husband's money in anything, because you know, I don't just like to have a bunch of equipment running around that I don't use. If I purchase it, honey, it's gonna get to work. All right, I see a few more people joining. Hey guys, welcome. We just kind of chit-chatted about the new Cricut products and the new Caesar products that's coming out. Let me know in the comments where you're from and where you heard this video, where you heard about this video from, like from my Instagram, my Facebook, or if YouTube notified you. And if you have the bell notification on, thank you. Good job for you, because I never mentioned that in my videos, but apparently that's something we're supposed to do. But anyway, so for today's video, I really wanted to give you guys some vendor tips. As you know, last weekend I just did my vendor event. And to me, vendor events are like great ways for crafters or whoever just to get out there and make some money and just to bring awareness to your company. So I like vendor events. I like meeting new people. Hey, Rena from Philly. Hey, how are you? So I like vendor events because I like my stationery line is pretty new, you know, and you know, just to get out there and get the word out, because you know, word of mouth is the best advertisement. You know, wherever you go, let everybody know I do such and such, blah 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 blah. So anyway, so that's why I think vendor events are important, but they can be either hit or miss, because you know, I'm very observant. So, you know, like when I did my event, it was a small event. It was like 4 of us, but it was a large crowd. It wasn't my crowd though. That's another thing about vendor events, to kind of just know your audience. So my thing about vendor events is like, have your display nice, right? Because you want to give people a reason to stop at your table. You know, like my event was small, but it's normally not. Like sometimes I've been somewhere where there were like 10 different vendors, right? And, you know, after people walk around so many times, everything kind of started to look the same. Maybe they don't spend all their money, and then they don't have any money to shop with you. So you kind of want to have your setup looking nice, where they're interested in and they want to shop with you. And one way you can do that is like when you set up your table. Okay, first off, have a nice tablecloth, okay? No plastic tablecloths. Tablecloths can be expensive. I think I got mine on Amazon for like $20. But if you don't want to do that, you can go like into Joann's when they have their 60% or 50% off coupon and just buy some fabric. Buy like 1 or 2 yards of fabric, you know, however much fabric it'll take to cover about a usually like a 6-foot table. You know, those fold out tables that you can get from like Walmart or whatever. Just buy you enough fabric to cover that table. You honestly just really need to cover the front, you know, have it draped over the front so that the legs aren't showing, and maybe, you know, a little bit on the sides. So you could just easily go to Joann's and get you some fabric, um, or order you a tablecloth off Amazon or whatever. And another thing is, like, when you do your displays, add height. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of the way I set up my table when I do my vendor events, but I always try to have like some height. Like, don't ever let anything just flat on the table. Like, and when I say flat, like you're walking by, if I'm walking by and you have something that's kind of like my eye level and it catches my attention, then I'm going to stop and I'm going to want to see, what your table is about. So I have like different height levels, and honestly, you don't need, like, you don't need any expensive risers or anything like that. I use shoe boxes. My husband has a ton of shoes. I will take two of his shoe boxes and put those under my tablecloth, right? So I'll put the tablecloth over the shoe boxes, and then I'll place my items on top of the shoe box, and there goes my height. Or Dollar Tree has those. Dollar Tree has a whole bunch of different buckets and stuff like that, right? So you just put all that stuff under the tablecloth, unless it matches your decor or whatever, and you just use that for your height. So you kind of want to keep things eye level, where if somebody's walking by, it's gonna catch their attention. Because if you just have something flat on the table, I'm not necessarily going to stop and look at it. So that was just another tip that I had for you guys. Let me see. Definitely have your business cards on hand. Have like a million business cards. Pass it out to everybody, even if they don't stop at your table, whatever, because not everybody's going to stop, and that's okay. As a business owner or whatever, or like a crafter or, whatever, you have to be okay with rejection. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not going to buy from you, and that's okay. That's something that I had to learn myself, because I used to be sad. Well, like, my stuff is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you not stopping over here and getting my stuff? But everybody's not your customer. And there was a point in time where I used to make t-shirts, but I don't do t-shirts anymore, just because it stresses me out more than it brings me joy. And if it stresses me out, I'm not doing it, honey. Okay? So, like t-shirts, I know a lot of people, I used to hate when people used to send me pictures and be like, hey, can you make this? I mean, I can, but you know what I'm saying? Don't go killing yourself trying to replicate a design somebody done sent you, or they be trying to change the design every 10, 15, 20 minutes. Honey, I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be chasing, oh, I want this specific font. I'm not going to be hunting down fonts. I'm not going to be hunting down pictures. I'm not doing any trademark designs. So, exactly. I hate that. Like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for all that. So that's kind of why, I'm saying, I stopped doing t-shirts, because it just wasn't my passion. And I'm all about passion over profit, because sometimes you can really tell by people's work who's in it for what, right? So that's why I don't do t-shirts. But if you do t-shirts, more power to you. Especially, if you work with vinyl, people want 10, 15 shirts. I don't have time to be doing all that weeding. My back hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. So t-shirts not my thing. I tried it. You know what I'm saying? I can do it. I don't. I just prefer not to do it. I have all this extra vinyl laying around, because that is not something that I'm interested in. But anyway, so definitely have your business cards. And the one thing I like to do is I keep candy at my table, because everybody like candy. So if they don't come over because they like my stuff, they'll come over because they like the candy. And once they're over to my table, that kind of just gives me a way to engage with them, right? Every person I see, whether they're walking by or whatever, is, hey, how are you? You know what I'm saying? I greet them. You get what I'm saying? Because when you're at an vendor event, your personality is really what's going to sell people, right? Somebody was walking by the other day, and I was like, hey, how are you? And they was like, hey. And I was like, come get your dad a Father's Day card. And then they were like, oh yeah, Father's Day is here, you know what I'm saying? And they bought a card, but had I not made that contact with that, hey, how are you, they had no interest in stopping at my table. But once I greeted them, kind of engaged them in a little bit of conversation, I was able to make a sale. So definitely greet everybody. And then you guys know I did the tutorial on the water bottles, which was actually perfect because the AC was out at the event I did last weekend. So everybody was thirsty. So I was like, hey, I have some water. So, I was passing out my water or whatever. And, I don't, and I did make a couple of sales this week from people that I know don't follow me on Instagram or whatever. So I want to say my water bottles were successful, but I'm just, I don't necessarily know where they found me at. So definitely, so to recap what I just said, business cards, candy, because it'll draw them to your table and it'll give you a chance to engage in conversation with them and potentially make a sale. And water bottles. Water bottles were a great marketing tool that that ended up helping me out a little bit. And when somebody comes to your table, I saw this a lot, and it kind of irked me. But then again, I also used to be a cashier. I worked in customer service for like 10 years. So, a lot of my customer service skills I put into my business. So when somebody's coming up to your table, stand and greet them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, act like you interested. Act like you care that they're over here looking at your products that you worked super hard to make. You know what I'm saying? So don't just sit in the chair. Somebody coming up to your table, you're just sitting down like, hey, how are you? It's different when you actually stand up and talk to them and make eye contact with people. And definitely be able to take multiple forms of payment. I was next to somebody and they were like, oh, can I use my card? And she was like, oh, I don't have a card swipe. She missed out on some sales because she didn't have the ability to take credit card, right? So you're at the vendor event to make money. You spent all this money making the product. You paid money, so a lot of vendor events you have to pay for. So you paid money to go to the event. So why not be able to take all the money, be able to accept all forms of payment. We don't want to miss anything. And so I know Square, I use Square. I just downloaded the app to my phone and they sent me a card reader. So if you have Square or whatever, if like say you have an event coming up this weekend, you don't have time to wait for them to send you a card reader, you can go like to the UPS store. I know they sell that at the UPS store. I'm not sure where else. You can go to the UPS store and what do I make? I just make stationery items. I just make my notebooks, I make my cards, I make my cups because it's summertime, so the little tumbler cups like this are super popular. Those, like, if I don't sell anything, I mean, I always sell my notebooks and things, but I think it's my cups that attract the people to my table because, excuse me, because they always tell me they've never seen anything like that before. So I always make sure I have my cups propped up eye level on my table. So if somebody's walking by, it catches their eye and they stop by and they make a purchase. So that's my niche. That's just, that's what I sell, whatever. So, but yeah, back to the Square Reader. So if you download the app for Square and you don't have time to wait for them to send you your card swiper, you can go to the UPS store and purchase it, and Square will refund you the money that you used to purchase it, but for your first card reader only. So if you lose a card reader and you go get another one, they're not going to refund you, right? So then another thing, so that's kind of like my vendor tips. Those are the tips that I had for vendoring. Is there anything specific you guys wanted to know, or is there a question that you needed to ask me? Go ahead and leave it in the comments and I'll make sure I respond to you guys. But another thing I wanted to do, let me see. So I know, like, okay, my daughter asked me the other day, she was like, well, why don't you sell merch? And I was like, sell merch? She was like, yeah, sell merch on your channel. And I was like, I don't know, right? Like, it's just not something that I thought about doing. So I was like, oh, so then I thought about it and I was like, well, why not? So then I was like, well, what kind of merch can I sell? So that's why I was coming to you guys tonight. And I was like, well, what kind of merchandise, you know what I'm saying, would you guys be interested in seeing? And then, so, I looked at a few other YouTuber channels. and they just, you know, had things with their logos and stuff like that on it. And I was like, who wants to walk around with a shirt that really says the Penny Pinch and Wife on it, right? So then I was thinking, I was like, well, you know, Beyonce has the Beehive, and I was like, well, so what can we be? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you, my subscribers, be called? Like, we need like we need a name. Like, we need our own little army or um, hive, like they say, or whatever. So I've I've been trying to brainstorm, but I've just been throwing a blank. So I'm asking you guys, like, what do you think we could be called, or you know, what kind of merch could we put out there that you guys would actually be interested in? Um, and then, you know, next week is Tutorial Tuesday, right? Because Tuesdays are tutorials and Thursdays are lives. And next week's tutorial is gonna be actually pretty funny. It's a simple tutorial. We're just gonna make a doormat or whatever, but I'm gonna let my husband do the voiceover. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or not, but if you see the little clips of him that I post, but my husband is kind of funny, at least I think so. So he's gonna do my voiceover. So I'm actually really interested in seeing that video myself. And so, I mean, you know, I try and cover, like, if I see a popular craft or whatever, I always try and make a video and try and teach you guys. But is there a video that I haven't made that you want to see, or is there some information um, that you want to learn and, you know, haven't learned yet? Like, for me, like right now, I'm currently trying to study Inkscape. I can't do Inkscape to save my life. And I don't think it's a hard program, but it's like all the tutorials I see are so boring. I just, look, if your voice is boring, like, you know, when you're in school and your teacher just be like, wah, 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 wah. I can't learn like that. I need some kind of personality, some kind of emotion, some kind of something, like, you know what I'm saying? Help me out. So is there a good channel you guys know of that'll teach you Inkscape? Because I really do want to do Inkscape, you know, as far as fonts and things like that. I don't do embossing powder, but I be seeing it in the store and it be so cute. I do want to try. Like, what do you do with embossing powder? I know you make cards, but what special effect does it give to the cards? And y'all know what's so funny? I have the little heat tool. I just purchased it because I was like, well, I'm going to do some embossing, right? So I had purchased the heat tool from Michael's when they had, you know, 60% off coupon, but I've never even used it. So, but you know, since I do make cards now or whatever, I do want to give them a little Hey, does anybody have the what is it, the quill pen, the foil quill pen from We Are Memories Keeper? Because I was like, ooh, I can start foiling on my cards now. Has anybody, I mean, I've seen some super cute things that some people have made, but does anybody have one? Have you guys used that? I think I'm gonna purchase that, but I can never find it in the store, and I'm impatient. I don't necessarily like to order anything offline unless it's Amazon. And yeah, that whole 5 to 7 business days, because you know I'm not paying for no extra shipping. I don't know, I'm just impatient. I just don't like the wait. I just like to have my stuff now. But I think that's because I'm a Prime member. Amazon has me spoiled. So I think that's it, you guys. I think we'll go ahead and wrap this live up. I really just wanted to share those vendor tips with you because you guys know I'm all about collaboration over competition. I want everybody to be out here making some money. Vendor events are a great way. You want to learn how to make labels for cakes and popcorns? That's doable. I can do that tutorial. Like sticker labels. Actually, I just saw somebody post on Facebook earlier today. Their daughter started like a treat line, and she had the cutest labels for her candy apples. So let me write that down before I forget. So labels, okay. I can do a tutorial on how to make labels. And what about like treat boxes? Do you have special treat boxes that you use? Who said that to me? Let me see. Cupcake toppers. Okay, we can do that. So you guys want some labels. Let me see. Labels for cakes and popcorn. What kind of bags do you use for popcorn? Like those triangle ones, or so I can, I guess I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it, girl. I got you. And you said cupcake toppers. What else we got, guys? What else would you like to learn? And you know what? We could probably make these labels in Canva. Have you guys started playing around with Canva? I just made some, actually, I have the little brown zip top bags. Where do you get those from? I don't think I've seen those. So I ended up making some more water bottles, but these are like a referee stuff because it's like for a football theme party or whatever. So I've kind of been working on those today. I made those in Canva, like we did for the tutorial earlier this week. You say Amazon, I'm gonna have to look those up to see what the dimensions and stuff are. Oh, thank you. Don't you like it? And then I've had Canva for about 2 years, and I use Canva is like, it's this free website online. Okay, do I like Canva? Okay, first off, what is Canva? Canva is like a free website online where you can just create a bunch of stuff. Like I did a tutorial to show you guys how to create my notebook covers in Canva. I did a tutorial to show you guys how to create your own water bottle labels in Canva. I've created business cards in Canva. I've created all my little thumbnails you see on my YouTube channel are from Canva. The post I made on my Instagram about going live today are from Canva. So you can just create a bunch of different things in Canva. And then I was playing around in Canva today, and you can do like little animation videos and stuff, because I was like, I need like a dope intro for my videos. You know what I'm saying? Like my channel is growing, so I feel like I should be stepping up my game or whatever. So I'm just always kind of like finding ways to do things better. So do I like Adobe better than Canva? I like, okay, I don't know. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Because, I like Adobe because my images seem to be a little bit sharper, like come out a little bit crisper in my opinion than Canva. But as far as like creating like calendars and actual things like that, I think I would I think I prefer Adobe over Canva. I don't know. I guess it just really depends on what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not going to use Adobe to its full potential, then Canva works just fine, because there's no use to be. Adobe is like $200 a year. So if you're not going to use it to its full potential, there's no point in getting Adobe, because Canva works just fine. But it's just small things, it's just little small tit for tat. I mean, Canva is a whole lot easier to use. I can do things a lot quicker in Canva. But I think Adobe is just, maybe I guess you would say, a little more customizable than Canva. I don't know. So it's kind of even. It's kind of even. I think that would just be like a personal preference. Anything else, you guys? So I have some ideas for some new tutorials that you guys want to see. What else were we talking about? I just had a brain fart. I'm old. Yeah, I'm old. That happens a lot. So, okay. Well, if that's it, we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I was gonna say the cost of Adobe you must use. Would you pay Pro for Canva? Let me tell you something about Canva. I accidentally paid Pro for Canva, okay? When I was getting married, like last year when I was planning my wedding, there was like a picture or something I wanted to use, and it was like, but it was like a pro feature. So, of course I signed up for the trial and I forgot to cancel the trial, right? So since I forgot to cancel the trial, they charged me. It was like $180 something. So I was mad, right? And so then so I didn't really use Canva too much after that because I really started using Canva for my wedding. So then after I forgot to cancel the trial, they charged my card. It's a yearly membership. So earlier this year, they charged me again. And I was like, I'm going to cancel this card because, like, y'all not going to keep getting my money since, I forgot about it. But I don't see no big difference between Pro and the free version, especially since now, even though I have Pro, sometimes I'll click on something and it'll say premium. So you mean to tell me y'all charge me $186 and I still don't reap all the benefits? So no, I would definitely not pay for Canva. And this, well, obviously it's not a sponsored video because nobody who's getting sponsored would say that. But yeah, the free version works just as well as the paid version, I guess. Let me just scroll through and make sure there's no comments that I missed. How do I even? Oh, wrong button. Okay, here we go. Oh, well, I hope Miss Tasha is still here. She says it's her first time here. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you joined me. Let's see, 2 notifications. Jenny said she found me from YouTube and thanks for all my help. You're so welcome. You guys are so welcome. I really love seeing all the things that you guys create. And let me tell you something. These little cups that I made the video to, I see a lot of people making cups now, and some of y'all cups looking better than mine. I was like, well, dang, maybe I need to step my game up. But I am always super excited to really see that you guys' projects and knowing that I was able to help you guys go out there and make some money. So I really make my tutorials because I enjoy it. I really enjoy helping y'all. So let me just make sure I didn't miss any comments. Let me see. I'm gonna have to look into embossing powder because now you have me interested. Throwing my finger in the way. Alright, looks like I got everybody. I didn't leave anybody out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure that you follow me, guys, on Instagram to keep up with me. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Share it with anybody you know who's doing an upcoming vendor event, or share any of my tutorials with your friends. Like, I'm not holding the Krabby Patty formula. Go out there and share this information with everybody. Let everybody, get out there and make some money. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later.